guys, how's everybody doing?
This is Jason.
This is April. Merry Christmas almost. We are in December and we are so excited for you guys to grow in your photography journey. We are wedding photographers here in Dallas.
Here we are, and today we'd like to talk about outsourcing, just because time is definitely your most valuable asset. So sometimes it makes a little more sense to spend money on saving time so that you can invest that time to make more money.
Yeah, we're going to share all the tips and all the things that we do for outsourcing because it's just helped us tremendously. But first, we want you to go ahead and pause this video, download the freebie. We have that for you so that you can start taking better pictures today.
Yes, so just click on the link below to download the freebie. Appreciate y'all.
All right, so as Jason was saying, we're going to talk all about outsourcing today. And when I was a new business owner, I did not know what outsourcing was, why people did it. I thought that was for people who were like millionaires and could afford it. But it's really been a huge game changer for us in our business. And we hear it so many times from other people, just, hey, how do you do this? How do you run the family without doing burnout or getting burnt out? How do you run your business? How do you keep everything organized and together? Well, we have help. We don't do it ourselves.
We do. And at first, I'll say this too, it was painful because we were never in that, like I thought the same thing too, like outsourcing, that's for people that are making all the money,
right.
blah, blah, blah. And it was painful to start outsourcing things and spending money on those things that we are outsourcing, which we're going to talk about in a second. But it's totally worth it. So we'll kind of walk you through what we're outsourcing, some of the things, and then also maybe when we started outsourcing them, just because of the fact that that's kind of important too. Yeah. So the first thing we started outsourcing was editing, or at least that was one of the first things.
Yeah.
Editing was huge. It's probably the most expensive thing that we outsource. I think it's $300 a month. I think Shoot.edit does it for us.
Yeah.
And when I say they don't do all the edits. They edit and then they send it to April and she finishes it. She still ends up spending a couple hours. But when you're doing 40 weddings a year, editing is huge and you could take all kinds of time. So that was one of the first things that we started outsourcing, just because it saves us, April especially, so much time in editing. Probably, how many hours a week do you think? Probably 15?
Yeah, Jason had to actually talk me into this because I really thought I needed to have the creative control. I needed to like spend hours on doing this, but it was taking away so much of my energy and my family time that he really had to like talk me into this, because it would be 40 hours a week.
After weddings, April was gone. I was like, where'd she go? Oh, there she is. Working on that, what do they call it? Tech neck or whatever.
Oh, I know. And I totally have that too.
But that's the first thing that we outsource.
Yes. Second thing we outsource is HoneyBook, which we talked to you all through how we do HoneyBook last week. We have actually a little tutorial how I turn the camera around and just show you the back of our, the back end of our business and the back screen. Yeah. And it just helps with workflow. It helps with the follow-up process. Like Jason was saying last week, if you are not responding within the first 5 minutes, you're going to miss out on those clients. I think you said by like 80%, right?
Yes, 80% of people do not answer the phone if you don't call in the first 5 minutes. It's pretty crazy.
So HoneyBook gives you this opportunity to automate, so you're not like in the middle of jogging and like, oh my gosh, I got an inquiry, I need to respond really fast. It does all of that for you, and then it also sends follow-up emails. So we love HoneyBook. It's our collections.
And it's $20, less than $20 a month, something like that.
Yeah, we pay per year. We actually have a coupon for you if you would like that. I'll attach that below, and I'll go ahead and attach our video from last week to show you kind of how it works out.
Yeah, and that's a great one. So CRM is a great tool, especially so definitely outsource that, just so you're not trying to manage all your customers by yourself.
Another one that we did when I actually was pregnant with Everly 6 years ago is we hired a house cleaner, which we love her. If she's watching, you're our best friend in the whole world. So we love you. And this one was kind of hard for Jason as well, because he's like, what? Do you want to go into that?
Yeah, well, I would say at first I was like, what? No, I can do all these things with you. And then she hired a house cleaner. I think this is when I wasn't even full-time in photography. But I remember when I did get full-time in photography, the first thing I said was,
we can save money.
We're going to save money. And Rosalva, we're going to lay her off. And then after cleaning one bathroom, it took me like an hour and a half. And I was like, nope, tell her to come back. She's definitely worth it.
So when you think about a mini session and charging $225 for a 30-minute mini session, and then you think about your cleaning person and how time is money, we are creative people trying to make money doing this photography thing. So it really helps out if you think of it that way. And hey, if it's going to take me 8 hours to clean my house, time is money, right?
Mm-hmm. For
Same
sure,
thing.
for sure. So virtual assistant is the next one. That is one we just brought on board.
I know. I love her. We got a new virtual assistant, and I thought the same thing. I have to be really, really successful to have a virtual assistant. I don't need a virtual assistant. But she has been so helpful in helping me with emails and automating other emails to get more people on our email list. She's helped with social media. So highly recommend a virtual assistant to kind of keep you organized. And some of them just charge, what, like $25, $35 an hour?
Which is expensive.
It is inexpensive. But again, think about what you could make on a mini session and how you can make up for that time. But getting someone else's input and expertise and also just helping you organize everything has been so amazing.
Yeah,
so
it's true. It depends on where you're at in your photography journey, but even then, we probably could have hired a virtual assistant 2 years ago, especially during like mini session season when April was trying to schedule all those, just because if you think about all the time you do spend doing other things that you could be spending making money, sometimes it justifies that for sure.
Yeah, so highly recommend looking into a virtual assistant. And then the last one is our accountant guy.
It is
love him.
our
He's
accountant.
also our friend.
Yeah. Well, yes, he is now. And it's always good to be friends with your accountant. Right. But we definitely started, we brought him on board a long time ago. I want to say 7 years, maybe longer. But especially when you own your own business, there are so many things that you're not aware of that you can write off. There's so many things that you can claim. So it definitely helps just to have an accountant. His selling point to me was, hey, you know what, man? This was before we were friends. You know what, man? If you go ahead and hire me, I can promise you that whatever my fee is, I'll cover it in the expenses that I save you with your write-offs.
And he has.
And I was like, that's a good selling point, and he has.
He blew us away. The first year we used him, we were like, you're telling me we get how much back? What?
Yeah. But that might have been a misnomer, a one-off, who knows. It hasn't been that great ever since, but it's still been much better.
Amazing.
There's many things that I didn't think about that I could write off. So
definitely. And he keeps us accountable as far as putting money away for taxes, which before we were horrible at.
That is true. That is true.
He's helping us stay on track. So
an accountant that keeps us accountable. He's a good guy.
Anyway, we thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment below or message us, and we'd be happy to answer them.
Appreciate y'all. See you next week. Bye.